Myself and John Molineux from Deakin University, we researched and analysed 821 HR professionals of different roles and different levels. And what we're looking at is what got them into flow, which is this high performance state where they're highly engaged, they have positive emotion, positive mindset, they feel in control, and they're kind of in the zone. Like, when are they at their best? And we also looked at what got them into stress. So what we were exploring is what were the things that made them at their best and made them at their worst. One of the biggest and the most powerful finding about getting into flow was how people interpreted work pressure. So if we all have pressure applied to us, we've got to hit deadlines or KPIs or deliver projects. And what we found is the HR professionals who interpreted that as a great opportunity to develop skills and execute, they got into flow. Whereas the people that saw that as another thing to do, oh my gosh, when am I going to fit that in? I've got so much to do. They got into stress. So really, the key finding from the study was that our attitude towards work pressure is more important than we ever thought. Yeah, so if you look at the research and you summarize it into how HR people should be showing up at work, number one is having the mindset that struggle equals development. Today, and this has come out of the self-help movement and also the happiness movement, is that we think we have to be happy and nailing things all the time. But because of that, we're having this perverse relationship with struggle, where we go struggle is bad or struggle equals failure. And what we took from the study is that the best HR professionals had a mindset of struggle equals development. So if I'm struggling and I have these pressures and I have deadlines, that's an awesome opportunity to grow and improve and develop new skills. So that would be the first one. The second one is that because of the busy world, we're trying to do too many things. And rather we should approach the day with a mastery mindset. And that is a mindset of, well, how do I want to grow today? How do I want to improve? What are the key skills I want to develop today? So approaching the day, not looking at all these tasks I have to do, but how do I want to grow as a professional? Kept people calm, kept people present, and also improve their skills. Well, this was the case because the business expects so much from them. And one of the complaints, and we've all heard it, is that HR aren't strategic enough. But what we found when we analysed and pulled apart 821 HR professionals' day is that the business expects them to be strategic, but also to execute on all these projects, to get back to people, to be responsive. And it doesn't match. Like, you can't have someone being strategic and solving everyone's problems and putting out fires all day. And even people in strategy roles, where their role was to focus on the strategy of the organization, they were still interrupted, bombarded, and expected to be this reactive person, not just do the strategy. So that was the reason why it was such a small amount of time was spent on strategy. And the third one we found is that a lot of people not only had external interruptions, but a lot of internal ones too. And that's where they interrupted themselves. So they sat down to do strategy, but their brain went, oh my gosh, at 3 you've got to do this, and at 4 you have to send that email, and you haven't got back to that person. So that it wasn't even their environment interrupting them, it was their own brain couldn't stay focused. So the third one was about practicing being present, and this is the ability to sit and focus your mind on one thing. So that were the 3 key things we found that increased people's time in strategy. Yeah, 3 key things really surprised us out of the study. Number one was that our attitude towards work pressure determined whether we nailed it or we failed at it. So that was a key thing. The second one was just how time poor HR professionals are and how many people demand their time and pull at them from different directions. But probably the third one, and quite an upsetting one, was just how much pressure these HR professionals felt, and also how little support that they felt. HR professionals have a lot of pressure on them and not a lot of support from an emotional but also from a resource perspective.